New England Patriots. Let me be your general manager for a minute. See, I know sometimes, Bill Belichick, he does a lot. So sometimes, you might miss out on some draft picks as we look at, he drafted N'Keal Henry and missed out on Deebo Samuels, A.J. Brown, and D.K. Metcalf. See, I would have selected D.K. Metcalf. Could you imagine what that tandem would have been? But to address the quarterback needs, I would go get Cam Newton. I believe Cam Newton has something to prove. He has an edge on his shoulder, and I think he fits right in with the system, and I think it can be made to work out. He's a quarterback that has a strong arm, and he knows when to run, and I think putting some right weapons around him, I think that would be something, and he has something to prove, so I think that would make the Patriots a lot scarier as well, too. Now, with the first pick in the draft, that 23rd, I would either take Xavier McKinney, the safety at Alabama. So he was a very smart play caller because he was the one that handled all the calls for Alabama, and he knows how to win, and he can bring some of that energy into there as well, too. Or I would take Etor Gross-Matos. Messed it up, from Penn State, 6'5", 264-pound edge rusher. And, he's been coached well because his coach was, Wild Dogs, as they say, Sean Spencer, and now he's with the New York Giants. So I would definitely take either one of those picks for the first round. Now, going into the third round, the 87th pick, I would take Lynn Bowden Jr. In the mock draft, he's supposed to be selecting the third round, the 92nd pick with the Baltimore Ravens. The reason why I select him is because he's the most versatile player, as they said, in the game. Even in high school, he had 91 rushing touchdowns, or touchdowns he accounted for. Vince Morrow had this to say about him. He's probably the cleanest guy you could have on your team. He doesn't hang out. He doesn't go to bars. The night he rushed for over 200 yards against Louisville, a lot of guys were celebrating, but he was staying at home with his son. And the reason why I would select him is because he's a playmaker, and he can play anywhere on the field. He can play quarterback. He started out at wide receiver, and then he had to come and play quarterback, and we see they ended up, being the Belk Bowl MVP, but he did a lot for the team. And he's a team player, where some players, they decide not to play their last bowl game. He decided to play with this player. So again, I think he can bring in that same type of energy, as far as like a athlete wanting to play anywhere and just be on the team. And I think he's a playmaker. And the only thing that they kind of were talking about that, maybe work on his route running, but that's easy to teach somebody how to run routes. He's just a playmaker, and he just get open. And then one-on-one spaces, I think that would be good with like a Cam Newton. And then you have Edelman, and the rest of Sanu and everybody else as well too, and Henry. And so with the rest of the picks, I will address, they said they need a tight end, get some offensive linemen, linebacker, and the defensive tackle. Also, my other hidden gem that I would also select possibly is maybe get, you ready? We'll definitely be able to take Colin Kaepernick. Reason why I say that, because it would catch a lot of people off guard. And two, also, it will sell out a lot of jerseys. When they sold the shoes for Nike, they sold out. So it would definitely bring a lot of ticket sales, and it would definitely make some records as far as jersey sales and everything like that. But I think he also can be one of those, and they can draw up a game plan as far as that too. Most people look at him as a running quarterback, but also, he does like to stay in the pocket, and he still can throw. And I think accompanied with the right weapons, I think that could be dynamic as well too. So there you go. So if I was the Patriots general manager, that's what I would do, and that's who I would go for. And I think that would be able to be something that's very dynamic for Patriots fans. Look forward to. At first, they might not, look at like how we gonna make it out, but I think it would be something, because the way the offense is going in NFL, a lot of quarterbacks are more mobile. At least you can move out of the pocket or anything like that, and I think it would allow Belichick to be able to be the coach that he is, and he can kind of just relax and do everything, instead of having to be the general manager as well too. And so, I would take over that role. I am for hire. All right. This is Loki with the breakdown. So let me know what you think. All right.